What is up, everybody? So we recently just got a shipment in of some really cool fish, and there's some in particular that I wanted to share with you because they're unique to the hobby. I don't see them a lot in a lot of fish stores. We're lucky to have gotten them in. If you're looking for kind of that specialty fish, or that fish to kind of give your tank a little extra, a little something that's missing, I highly recommend these fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Now they're in day 8 of quarantine right now. So some of them are going through copper, some are going through CP, but they're all doing really well right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first fish that I wanted to show you guys over here. Now here's a fish I don't see often in fish stores. So when this came up on the list, we were really happy to get it. It's a Starsky damsel, and it is real cool looking. It's almost like the Kupang damsel with that yellow and blue, but the yellow on top and the blue on the bottom. Really hardy fish. They are a little pricey. I think they go for around 90 bucks or so. But I mean, just look at this fish. How awesome would that look in a tank? And they aren't as aggressive as your normal, your blue devil damsels or something like that, or your domino damsels, black and white damsels. They're a little bit more chill, and they're really hardy. The only thing that's the con on them is that they are a little bit pricey. But if you come across this fish, definitely get it. Also, I wanted to show you guys this little hawkfish here. It's the smallest hawkfish I've ever seen. My whole time in the fish hobby, this guy is crazy small. So we got him in QT, got both these fish in QT right now. So hopefully we can put some size on him while he's here. Because right now I don't know what type of tank he would go in, because he's really crazy small. But this damselfish is chill with everybody in the tank, and he's not bothering anybody. He's getting along with everybody just fine. But that coloration on him is just insane, that bright yellow. And especially if you're running heavy blue lights, that bright yellow is really gonna shine through. So next up is a Ventralis anthias, and look, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This thing is absolutely beautiful. They do well in groups, but pretty much follow the same rules as most anthias. They do like dimmer lighting, and they're okay with any type of flow, heavy flow, light flow, but definitely a show-stopping fish. These are really expensive. I mean, I'm talking about like over 200 bucks for a fish like this. But I mean, if you're looking for that holy grail fish, that fish that's really gonna set your tank over the top, this is one for sure. And they do change sex. The dominant one will become the male if you have a group of them. So there will be some bickering and some aggression, but really only amongst themselves. They don't seem to be too aggressive with any other fish. We have them in here with a purple firefish, and they're getting along just fine. I know people seem to have problems getting them to eat, but we do not. Right now, he's just eating live brine. He's doing great. So this next one is one I am dying to get in my aquarium. The fathead or sunburst anthias. Just an awesome fish. I've been wanting one of these for the longest time, and once my tank is ready, I will be getting it. And they get a decent size too, as far as the anthias species. These guys get a decent size. They like caves, they like rocks, they like a little bit of cover, but they will come out and be seen. They're more of like a cave dwelling type fish. Aggression, not really aggressive, maybe towards other anthias or something like that, but they seem to be pretty chill. They're pretty hardy, definitely for sure hardy fish. They'll eat about anything. They take to food really well in my experience. I just love this fish so much. Now they can be a bit pricey, but what fish nowadays isn't pricey? I'm definitely gonna get one of these and put it in my aquarium. What do you guys think? Should I pull the trigger? Should I spend the $100 on this fish? Is it worth it? Please let me know down in the comments. If you've had one, what was your experience with it? Next up, another fish I'd love to have in my aquarium, but I just don't think I could spend the money on them because they are expensive. Rhomboid wrasse, unbelievable fish. There's a male there, and then on the bottom is the female. We got these two to pair up. It seems like they're pretty easy to pair up. They seem to get along fine with the male-female. Now this is a very hardy wrasse. As long as they're caught and there's no damage when you caught and brought to the fish store, or they have no diseases, this is a very hardy fish once it's healthy and in your aquarium. Active swimmers, add a lot to your aquarium. Beautiful colors. They look even better when they're in an aquarium and they're able to show better. Now on to another wrasse. This is a pintail fairy wrasse. The males are absolutely beautiful. Now this one's still pretty young, but as they get older, they get much bigger and they get much better color on them, and especially when they're in a more natural environment, those colors really pop. But just right now, just kind of dialed down, this fish is still really pretty. And just like the rhomboid wrasse, the very hardy fish, eats very well. We've sold tons of these. They are expensive, close to probably $200 nowadays, especially for a male, like a super male. They are pretty expensive, but like I said, all these fish I'm mentioning are all fish that are like the fish that you're looking to set your tank apart. And I don't know, what else can you say, but just look at it, it's gorgeous. Finally, a fish that's relatively affordable. Now, this is a curious wormfish. I highly recommend these fish for, I'd say for like maybe if you're doing a nano tank or something like that. Look how awesome he is eating that live brine. So pretty, but they got that bright orange on them. And they got the little kind of like wormy look to them. Really, really cool fish. Personable, pretty hardy for the most part. They're definitely hard to find. I wouldn't suggest having these in anything over a 30-gallon aquarium. If you do, maybe all small species. And you have to be careful with an overflow also. So if you had a tank with like a hang on the back filter or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. Or any type of nano setup, make sure that you protect the overflow if you do have these. But this is my first really experience with these fish, and just a little bit that I've gotten to see this guy. Really, really awesome. Tons of personality, not shy at all, comes out to eat. And I think it would just be awesome in a little nano tank with a bunch of other little fish. And just like the fish that I'm gonna show you guys next here in a second. But peaceful temperament, just want to make sure that there's nothing that's too big in there that can pick on him and give him some problems. And you can keep multiple in a tank too. So like I said, something for a Pico nano tank, I think they get only about 3.5 inches or something like that. Really cool. I've heard some people say they can be a little bit difficult to feed, but we use a live brine and it's working just fine. Oh, one more thing I want to show you guys. We got some Bergia nudibranchs. Now these are nudibranchs that eat Aptasia. And I don't know if you can see them in the specimen cup. There's 2 of them in there. So we got 2 of them, and we're going to breed them here at our facility. We've had them already for a little bit, and they've already laid a couple eggs. So I'm really excited about these guys, and we'll be putting them in this tank right here, which we specifically grown Aptasia in, a little 10-gallon tank with a sponge filter that we've been kind of keeping dirty and kind of like, feeding kind of heavy. And the Aptasia have definitely responded because they're going crazy. Kind of weird that we're purposely trying to grow Aptasia, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw these 2 Bergia nudibranchs in here, and they got plenty to eat. Hopefully they'll breed for us, and we'll have a bunch of little babies, and we can just start our own little aquaculture system right here with them. Plenty of Aptasia for them to eat, and then we can put them in a customer's tank down the road. Excited about that. All right, last fish I'm gonna talk about today is the mascovy. Way underrated fish. This is a Caribbean species. Awesome fish if you're trying to do a nano tank, Pico tank. I would say these guys would be awesome, and I wouldn't go any bigger than a 50-gallon unless you're getting a ton of them, because I just don't think you'll appreciate them in a bigger tank. But in smaller tanks, these guys are really cool. You can get a bunch of them. They kind of swim together as they're doing here. Really, really hardy. Have the nice color, nice orange color to them. Just one of my favorite little nano fish, and I got a couple of these in my tank at home. I'm excited about these guys. So if you come across these fish when you're at your LFS, pick them up. They'll make awesome additions to a tank. None of these fish I really see commonly in people's aquariums, and would definitely set you apart. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I still got a lot of work to do here, a lot of fish to feed and to medicate and all that stuff. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.